Looking for an affordable guitar, but the Squiers and Epiphones are just not your style? You might think that for a unique, relic'ed, or stylish guitar, you'd be shelling out the big bucks. But today, I will show you some unique guitars, all of them under $300. All right, let's take a look. Welcome to Tom Explores, where I explore creativity and technology. I've always sought out things that are a bit different. Unique looks, styles, sounds. And in this video, I will share with you 6 guitars under $300 that aren't your typical Strat, Tele, or Les Paul styles. First, I'll start with some interesting offerings from well-known brands. Then we'll move on to smaller, less commonly known brands. And be sure to stick around until the end of the video with the last 2 picks under $200. Also, I'll leave links for everything in the description below, but let's get started. Now, the first one, I have to start with my guitar, which is an Ibanez Artcore AS53. Now, as you can see, this is a double cutaway semi-hollow guitar body, and then it's got 2 dual humbucking pickups. Now, let's look at some other photos here. That's a good one. Now, at first glance, it might seem like an ES Gibson style clone, and honestly, it kind of is, with a few nice Ibanez touches that make it a bit more modern. Now, with the Ibanez, you get some great pointy horns here. You get this fantastic, really smooth satin finish, and the neck is very fast, flat, and playable. There's a YouTuber, Dr. Nerd. He has a great comprehensive review of the AS53, which just happens to also be his own guitar. I'll leave a link in the description and in the cards up above. Now, the next guitar is the only other guitar on this list from a major brand, and the only other guitar that I have personally played, and that is the Sterling by Music Man Cutlass. Ernie Ball maybe is best known for their iconic neon-colored string packs hanging in practically every guitar store in the world. They also produce some amazing guitars with their Music Man series, and the Sterling line brings some budget guitars just under that $300 price limit. This one was actually the very first guitar I ever bought. If you've watched other videos on my channel, you may see that the first time I tried to learn guitar was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I didn't stick with it for very long, so this is really my second try at trying to learn guitar. Now, with the Music Man Sterling, I loved the look of it, the really rounded lines, the unique headstock with 4 tuners on the one side here and 2 on the other. The feel, though, once I got it, that's the problem with ordering something online, it just wasn't right for me. First of all, this thing was tiny. I know it's technically a full-size guitar, but it has got to be one of the smallest full-size guitars out there. Maybe it was my inexperience, but for my big 6'3", 250-pound frame, it felt like a toy. It is well made though and looks great, so I would still definitely recommend it to anyone who prefers a smaller instrument and anyone who's maybe a little smaller than me. Now, this next guitar comes from Guitar Fetish, an online store that's perhaps better known for guitar parts and pickups. They also sell a couple of brands of electric guitars. First one we're going to look at is the Xavier brand. And I'll go back here for just a sec, look at the Xavier guitars. And you'll see many of the Xavier guitars are of the more popular S style, the Tele style, Les Paul styles, even those ES hollow body. They are affordable and solidly built, but for this list I chose the Jazzmaster style, which is the JT100 here. These guitars are absolutely loaded with features. They've got solid alder bodies, maple neck, Pau Ferro fingerboards. This one's got a vintage style tremolo and rocking bridge. and a pair of Alnico Jazzmaster style pickups here. Shipping on these might push them just a little bit above that price, but it looks like this one's on sale for $210, so that would be a great price. For more detail, check out the shootout video on YouTube between Xavier and Squire by Reed at Man Cave Guitar Pedal Mania. I'll leave a link up above and in the description. If relic'ed guitars are more your thing, again at Guitar Fetish, they offer another line of guitars designed by Earl Slick, the legendary guitarist for David Bowie, John Lennon, and more. My favorite, and definitely one of the more unique offerings, so it's on this list, is this Slick SL54T, which is a solid ash S-style guitar with a single humbucker. This guitar is based on a single humbucker Fender Strat that Earl Slick played on David Bowie's Serious Moonlight tour. It is totally decked out with rosewood fingerboard, Guitar Fetish tuners with solid brass knobs and pinion. There is a hand-slotted graphite nut on the neck and more solid brass all throughout this, including the trem block, the bent saddles, and the volume knob. It's finished, they say, with just a coat of car paint, and it's sanded for that vintage look. You can really see that in this one. I admit it's not a look everyone will appreciate, but it is definitely unique, and this has got to be one of the most well-apportioned guitars at this price. Alright, so those are my picks for the unique guitars that are under $300, and they are all completely worth a look. But if your budget can't quite stretch that far, or you don't like the looks of what you've seen so far, here are two more picks, and these ones come in at under $200. The first one is from a brand you've likely heard of if you spent any time looking at budget guitars on YouTube. That is the Harley Benton brand, and this particular version is the RX-10 BK Rock at approximately $120. And depending on the exchange rate, this $120 gets you a Flying V style absolute shred machine that is ready for big sounds and big hair. Harley Benton guitars are the store brand of Thomann, which is the largest European music store, and they do ship from overseas if you're in the US. Shipping to the US, it looks like runs at about $70, but that's still a pretty solid deal. Look at a few of these pictures here. As you can see, this is a lot of guitar for $120. And finally, for some killer retro looks, check out the SX Liquid, sold exclusively by Rondo Music. The SX Liquid, this goes for, what did it say, $165 on sale right now. Gets you a hardtail guitar with 3 P90 pickups and a body shape that really stands out. Absolutely looks like a fun retro machine. Well, that wraps it up for me, but I'd love to hear what guitars you have found that are on the unique side. Leave a comment below, and if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up just below the video, and I will see you all next time. Thanks.